Good morning. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And so let's start with just some basic warm-ups. It's nice and early for all of us. So feet, shoulders width apart, head lifting up and the tailbone sinks down. Let's just take that moment and just swing from the torso. Nice, gentle swinging motion. Just letting go of any tension you might feel through the upper body. A nice deep breath to carry throughout practice today. This movement is so important, learning how to lead with our waist so we can bring that through to our practice. And then we'll slowly start to ease off. Coming back to center. And then we'll move those shoulders a little, moving through the upper body, getting that nice opening, be it together or alternating or full arm circles. Getting that movement through the spine and the waist as well, and then other direction. Opening up through the shoulder blades. So important to bring all of this motion back to our spine. And then we'll take a couple of the other direction, just evening out. And then back to center. Shake them out, shake them down, let them find neutral. Maybe a little bit wider, and we'll just open up those hips a little bit. So circling, just nice big movement, feeling those tendons and ligaments relax and open ever so slightly. We'll do two more this way, and then we'll go the other direction. So other way, circling. So it's a nice cue to put the hands on the hips so that you can actually feel that rotation happening. All right, one more nice big circle. Then we'll come to the center, even out. All right, warming up through the knees and ankles, just really quickly. Nice circle with those ankles, leaning on one leg, lifting the heel, and just circling a few times this way, and then we'll go the other direction. So just getting those ankles, giving us that ability to sink down just a little bit more. All right, shifting, change legs, and again, just circle on the toes. Nice movement here. And then the other direction. All right, whew, shake it out, let go. All right, let's practice. So we're gonna do a big chunk today, all right? So we're really getting into the heart of the kicking section, but to get warmed up, we're gonna start at cross hands, and we're gonna go all the way through to that right heel kick that we worked on last week. So always adjusting in your space if necessary. I'll turn and face the other way. So cross hands, shoulders width apart, right arm on the outside. Take that moment, head lifting up, shoulders hang down, and relax your lower back, tucking that tailbone down. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain, shift right and turn on the heel. Separate the arms and step. Just like brush knee with a different meaning. Roll back, bicycling the arms and turn. Press. And push. Just like single whip, fist under elbow. Pushing out to the side. Step. Warding off. Re-step. And then lift, punch, and touch with the heel. Repulse monkey 3 times. Stepping back when the right hand's in front of the shoulder and move back. Nice circle with that left arm. Number 2. And then the last one. Diagonal flying, big circle with the arms. Step and turn from your waist. Raise hands and step forward. White crane, step, and then spread your wings. Brush knee and push. Nice clearing, everything arrives together. Needle at the C bottom. Lifting the toes and then touch. Fold from the waist. Fan through the back, left hand to right wrist, stepping wider. Torso's vertical. Turn body, protecting your head and pressing down. Chop. And then strike with your bow stance. Deflect down. Parry. Block. And punch. Step up to grasping the bird's tail. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. And push. Single whip. Step with the standing ward off and push. Wave hands like clouds. Number 1, open up that hook. Shoulder width. Turning from your waist. Stepping double wide. Number 2, shoulder width. Last one, stepping double wide, turn. Now step shoulder width for single whip. High pat on horse. Open up your hook, right hand to the shoulder. Touch with the ball of the foot, pulling into that throat strike. Level out the arms for a separation kick. Right hand comes to the shoulder and then across. Clearing. Turn from your waist to close the arms. Stand up. Look. Kick. Bend the knee and change the arms. Sinking down. Stepping less than corner. Left arm goes across. Turn from your waist to close the arms. Standing up. Look. Kick. Bend the knee. Keep the arms. Left arm and leg come across. Straighten the left leg. Turn the right palm over. Turn. Bring that right arm inside. Stand up. Heel. Kick. Bend the knee. Arms don't change. Right arm comes to the front. Swing it down for brush knee as you sink. And then clear and push. Okay, other side, left arm comes up, turning arm and leg together. Swing and step for right brush knee and push. Punching down, lift that right arm up. Just like brush knee, except this time bring it across, make a fist at the hip, clear, and then punching about knee level. Turn body, lift up, protect the head, press down with the right arm, keeping that fist. Chop out, and then strike. Okay, parry, block, and punch, connect out. Circle or deflect down, parry to the side, hold back and block, and then punch. Heel kick. Connect out. Open up that fist as you connect the arms and stand up. And then right heel kick. Bend the knee. Whew. Okay, how do we do? Yeah, so I got yes, double thumbs up. All right. So we're getting into the meat of it now, right? This is really exciting. So do you have any questions on everything we've done so far? I love it. I feel like I got to join you guys in the sips of tea. All right. So today is strike tiger, and we have this movement on both sides, okay? So just watch one time. We're going to break it down as always, starting with that footwork. So we do our heel kick. We're going to sink and step on one line, bring that arm across, and then step out and make strike tiger, making fists at the last moment. Okay, so this movement is going to be a little bit tricky because you have to look away from your screens, okay? So we're going to practice from a little bit of a different direction so that we can get the movement first, okay? So I'm going to show you from a different direction, the opposite way, so that we can all move together. So just 1 second so you can see it all, okay? We're going to step, and we're going to shift across, and then step out. And then we're going to be big circle with our arms and making those fists. Okay, so the footwork, right? We always start with footwork first. What is the footwork? Okay, if we do the footwork from the normal direction before we break down the arms, we just did our heel kick to 9 o'clock. Okay, so we're standing on one leg. What we're going to do is we're going to sink down and we're going to step on a plank of wood. Okay, so we're stepping on one line and our foot is going to go to the corner direction. So both feet are going to face the same direction for a moment because we're going to shift that weight to our right leg and then we're going to step out to 6 o'clock, turning away from the screen, and you step into a normal bow stance. Okay, so this is pretty easy footwork. Again, from that heel kick. Okay, standing up, sink down, step along one line, shift to the right, relaxing that left foot, draw in, and then step out wide enough and move forward. Okay, that's it. That's pretty easy, right? That's like we've got our footwork down. We know transitions are really easy now that we're in the meat of the form. So the arms, okay? When we're doing the arms, the first thing we're going to do is we did our heel kick and we're looking over our right palm, okay? The first thing you're going to do is bring that left arm across till the fingers point to the center of the forearm, okay? So I'm going to turn and face a little bit of a different direction, okay? So normal arms, we're looking over that right palm. Bring that left arm across, and then we're going to look to the new direction. Okay, so that's really important here. Okay, now from here, we're going to drop that right arm. We're just going to do the left arm first. We're going to swing it down, and we're going to bring it up, and we're going to make a fist at the last moment, punching to our opponent's temple. Okay, so with this movement, we want to think about connecting down first and then going out to the side. See, use the shoulder and elbow here. And we're going to make a fist at the last moment. Okay, so again, from here, we did our kick, looking towards that right palm. Left arm comes across, and we look to the new direction. Dropping that right arm, just think left arm goes down, circles out, making a fist at the last moment. Punching, you're about head level. Okay, beautiful. Okay, now the right arm. First of all, the right arm doesn't change. It just stays where it is, okay? After we look, you're going to drop it down a little bit. It's going to come across, okay? And at the last moment, it's going to make a fist and turn over vertical, okay? So if I come to the side here, we're going to drop down, come across, and make a fist, okay? So why is it important that with this movement, we wait until the last moment to make our fist? With this movement, there's two meanings, okay? So at no point in time would we ever be punching with both fists, okay? The meaning of this movement is if someone's punching to you, you would connect and parry down and grab, and then you would punch to the ribs. Okay? So that's one meaning, is connect, grab, and punch, because then they're fully exposed. Okay? The other meaning is deflecting to the side with an open palm and then punching to the temple. So as you can see, the movements would look similar. With grabbing, you probably wouldn't come up all the way overhead. You would just come out to the side and punch. And then this one, you would connect and then punch to the temple. But you can see how the meanings are still there. So I want you to really be aware of making that fist at the very last moment, okay? And when we make our fist, both fists are vertical, okay? So when we're vertical, the top fist face out towards us. Beautiful. Yes, so we actually have this movement on both sides, okay? So we're going to do it on this side, and then we actually turn 180 degrees and we do it on the other side, okay? So from here, okay, if we were in normal direction, it would look like this. I'm just going to turn a little bit so you can see, okay? Bring that left arm across first, okay? Now swing the left arm down. See that right arm drops a little bit. Keep circling. And then at that last moment, we make those fists. Now, your goal is like having a broom handle between your fists. They should line up, okay? And remember, we always want to have that space from our body, okay? So whenever we're doing anything deflecting, we want to keep it away and we want to keep everything open. Next thing I always want you to check is shoulders down, okay? So even if we have to adjust and keep that arm out to the outside, really make sure that shoulder's hanging down. All right, so from that kick, getting those arms up, beautiful. So first thing we do, left arm comes across, and then we look to the new direction. Now left arm goes down. It's going to make a big circle, and then at that last second, we make those fists. Yes, yes, beautiful, okay? This is a really fun movement once you get into it. Okay, because we have the turning of our waist, okay? So that's something I want to talk about as well. So when we're here, okay, we step down and we're going to bring our arm across. Now look, the torso is open, but the torso is going to square off. So we have to very slowly turn, okay? So remember, in Tai Chi, nothing is working independently. Right? It starts in the legs, it's controlled by our waist, and then goes out to the hands and fingers. So from here, if we do our kick, the first thing we're doing is sinking down and stepping out. You bring that arm across. Now, you're turning your torso 45 degrees, nice and slow, as you do those arms. Okay? So I'm going to turn and face the complete opposite direction, okay? So that we can move in what's going to be the normal way, yet you can still see. Does that make sense? So we're normally here, okay? We did our heel kick here. We're going to turn, okay? 180 degrees. This is the opposite direction, but why? When you step out now, you're going to step towards your screen, okay? All right, so we did our heel kick. If you'd like, lifting that leg up. First thing, step. As you shift, bring that left arm across and then step out, okay? Now I want you to check. That right hand hasn't changed. It's still seated towards the straight direction. Left fingers point to the center of the forearm, and we're in a normal bow stance. We're gonna look to the new direction. Now very slowly moving forward, circling with both arms until we make the fist at the last moment. Now check, do you have that broomstick between your hands? Okay, remember that top palm of fist is facing out, and we have that space from our body. And then drop the arms and check your footwork. How did we do? Looks good. Nice. Okay, let's do it again. So we're going to do it a few times facing this direction just so that you can see. Because remember, when we do this in practice, you have to completely look away from the camera, or the screen, I should say. So standing up, we did our heel kick, sink and step. Bring that left arm across as you shift, and then step out and look. Swing that left arm down. Let that right arm drop. And then remember, it's showing two meanings. And make those fists at the last moment. Broomstick between them, spaced from your body. Hold. Yes, looks good. Okay. The level for this fist is rib level. Okay. So the lower arm is going to be your ribs for your marker, and the upper arm is about head. It's a little bit higher, right? Because remember, when we do these movements, we're sinking. So we're in a nice low bow stance. So our opponent's tempo might be a little bit higher. Okay. And then our fist is rib here. Beautiful. Do we have questions? Okay. Let's practice a bunch. All right. So let's give ourselves that heel kick. Okay. Whoop. Let's go this way still for a second. All right. So from here, we're here, stand up, heel kick, bend the knee, sink and step. Left arm comes across and then look. Swing down and then make fist right at that last point. Check your alignment, space from your body, head height, rib height, broomstick between the palms, normal bow stance, both knees in line, hips to the corner, but the torso is where? To straight. Yes, looks great. Looks great. Okay, you ready? Now we're going to turn and we're going to go to the normal direction. Okay? So remember, now you have that bonus of being able to look at your screen. So now you have to look completely away. So this is the normal direction that we practice. We're going to start. We've got our right arm on the outside. We stand up and then we do our heel kick and we bend the knee. First thing, step. Make sure you're on one line. Beautiful. Bring that across, left arm across, and step out and look to the new direction. Now swing that left arm down. Right palm comes across, and we make two fists at the last moment. Very nice. Oh, you did great. That's the hard part, right? Is can we remember when we have nothing to look at? Because remember, if we were in class in person, you would probably have someone around you, right? So you could be in the center and you could look each direction to see what was going on. Here, you really have to just rely on yourself, trust that you got this, and just do it, okay? It looked great, so let's do it again. All right, this time we'll just start from we did that kick, not pushing ourselves too much, lifting that right leg up, sink down, and step. Okay, so now I want you to think. Look down at your feet. Maybe drop the arms for a moment. When you're stepping, you should be on a board that's going from 3 to 6 o'clock. Okay? So we don't want to step back. We want to step so that we're on one line going left and right. Okay? All right, now shifting to that right leg. Bring the left arm across, and then we step out to 6 o'clock. Perfect. Now, left arm swings down. Right arm's going to come across and making two fists. Check, you got your broomstick. Nice. All right, looks good. Let me see. Yes. So when we do the left arm, we really want to make sure. I'm going to turn to a little bit of a different direction. We're going to swing it out and then come back. Okay, so don't forget this out part. Okay, don't just come too far forward. Okay, so it's a big movement because remember, you would be connecting and grabbing out to the side. So we want to show that. Okay, so yes, big movements here. Okay, it's like a giant clock face, right? You have these giant swinging arms. And this is where it gets a little bit difficult with our timing, because how far is the right arm going? It's got this tiny little movement across, right? It's this tiny little thing, but the left arm has to go down, out to the side, and then overhead. So one of the hardest things about this movement is, can you time everything to arrive together? Okay, so let's do it again. Okay, but we're gonna turn and face the opposite direction because I want you to look and see what I'm doing, and I want to hit the pause button. Okay, so when I say stop, stop wherever you are and hold it, and we're gonna see how we did with our checkpoint. So facing the opposite way. All right, we did our heel kick, okay, lifting up that leg. We're gonna sink and step, making sure we have that one line, move across, and then step out and stop. So I want you to check, right hand is still seated, left fingertips point to the center of the forearm, our torso is still open 45 degrees. Then you're gonna look, okay, now swing that left arm down, right arm comes across and stop. Okay, now I want you to check. How far are you? Very nice. That's what we're looking for, okay? Now continue on, weight moving into your bow stance. That was perfect, okay? That's what we're going for. Did you feel it? How you have to really slow the right arm down? Your knee's only moving what, this much? Your arm is moving like this much, and then you have this giant circle. Okay, so let's do it again, facing that opposite direction. So we did our heel kick, touching or standing up, it's up to you. Sink and step. Left arm comes across, and you step for a bow stance and look. Okay, swing that left arm down. Right arm comes across, and we make two fists. Hold. Run through the checklist. Head lifting up, shoulders down, waist relaxed, knees in line, weight centered on our feet. How do we do? Yeah.
When we're transferring to.
Yes. Wait, you're still muted. Hold on. I can't hear you. Can you unmute for me? Holding the space bar does not do it.
Unmute.
There you are.
So our weight is back here. When we're transferring here, are we transferring our weight to the front?
Yes. So let me do it. Okay. Let me do it facing the camera. Okay. So we stopped. We did our kick. Okay. So this will show you the line too. So we do the kick and we sink and we step. Okay. So first, see how the feet are on one line. Okay. We transfer across and we step out for a bow stance. Okay. Now this is just moving into a normal bow stance. Now this is where it's kind of difficult because it's such a big movement that a lot of times I'll see this. Okay. So we have to really slow down that transfer of weight.
Okay.
Does that answer it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this is a really hard movement because within like three-dimensional space, it's kind of hard to see. So you first of all want to make sure that when you step down, we're on the same plane. Okay, so we're stepping on this line because we're going to reset and then step out. But then we have to really slow down the legs because this left arm has to make this giant circle to arrive together. Okay, so let's do it again from the opposite direction so we can look at our screen. We did our kick. We stand up, sink, and step on that line, foot to the corner. Left arm comes across as you shift that weight. Step out and look. Swing that left arm down. Move those legs so painfully slow so that everything arrives together. How'd you do? Better that time? Okay. These are great questions. Remember, the questions you're asking are helping everyone, okay? Especially with movements like this where we can't see where we're going to be going. So one more time facing the opposite direction so that we can look at the screen. We did our kick. We're standing up, and then we're going to sink down. Step on that line, shift across, look to the new direction. Swing that left arm out, making two fists at the last moment. Nice. Remember, shoulders down. The hardest part is keeping those shoulders down. Okay. Now, this week we're working on only this arm, so it does, you kind of feel it by the end of class. Next week, just to give you that little preview, okay, we're going to shift. We have number 1 that we face away from our screen. Next week, we're going to get number 2, where we're going to go to the opposite direction and do the second one. Okay, so we have this movement on both sides. Yeah, I like the ones that we get on both sides so we can even out our bodies. Okay, so the footwork's a little bit similar to single whip, but we'll get into that next week. Okay, so starting normal direction. Okay, this is the direction that we always go wherever you are in your space. We did our kick. We lift our leg up if you'd like, and then we sink down and we step on that line, feet to the corner. Shift across with that left arm, and then step out and look. Beautiful. Remember, stepping away from your screen so that you're going to 6 o'clock essentially. Swing that left arm down. Move nice and slow, and then make two fists at that last moment. Okay, good. All right, we're going to talk about one more thing. Okay, so the meaning. We really want to make sure we understand the meaning, even if we're not here for martial arts, for 2 reasons, okay? The first reason being our mind is connected to the movement, so we're not off somewhere else, right? We're here, we're with the movement. The second thing is we're learning over Zoom, so we need the meanings to understand body spatial awareness. So I really want you to think with this movement here, okay? We're open to the side, and our right hand is going to press across. So use your waist and press, and think if someone's coming to you and punching, you would connect and you would push it to the side, right? So this should be very clear that it's pushing and turning to the side. And then the other meaning, of course, is that punching. So it's the same thing. If we made a fist, it's like fist under elbow, right? We're doing that side punch. That's what this is. It's a side punch. So make sure that when you do this movement, even though we're really focused on slowing down that left arm, that we really have that meaning here of pushing out to the side or punching. Okay? Yes, we're going to do it on both sides. So there's no shame in practicing it on the other side if you take a second, all right? So arms up for that kick. We're going to go the normal direction. Lift up that right leg, and then sink down, stepping across on that line foot to the corner. Left arm comes across, and then we step and look completely away from your screen. Beautiful. Swing that left arm down. Now remember, show that meaning of pushing across with that right arm and making those fists at the last moment. Yes. Let's see it. That's it. Yes. This is really important because over Zoom, a lot of times what I'll see is this. Okay, kind of like that, kind of jig. You're like, yes. Okay. We want to make sure we see this instead. Okay, across, across. Okay, so avoiding this yes moment and really just making it a body movement of swinging and pushing to the side. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. All right. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay, so from here, standing up if you'd like, sink, step, shift across, and then step for a bow stance away from your screen. Swing that left arm down. Now remember, pushing across with that right palm and making two fists. Yes, both fists vertical. So right palm faces you, left palm faces away. Yes, yes, there you go. All right, one more time. Let's do it the opposite direction. Okay, so turning, so then you face your screens when you step out. Okay, so we did our heel kick, standing up if you'd like, sink, step, left arm comes across, step, and look, bow stance. Okay, now here's that point. Swinging that left arm down, that right arm's gonna push across. And then at that last second, right here, make two fists, vertical. How do we do? Feel better? Yeah, so the right palm, it has to like turn at the last moment, where the left arm is already kind of facing the direction, so you just get to like close the palm and make a fist, right? That right palm is showing that push across, so at the last moment here, you have to turn it over to show that punching, okay? So that's the big difference here, is we're doing that block, and then you have to turn and punch, okay? Whereas here, your palm is already facing the correct direction, so you just get to do this. Now, if you were ever using this, you would, of course, make a fist a little bit earlier, right? Because you would only be grabbing and punching or deflecting and punching, right? But in order to show both meanings, we wait until that last second to turn over and make a fist. Beautiful. Let's do it again from the opposite direction, okay, so that everyone can see. We did our kick, we stand up, and we sink. Step, move across, and step, bow stance. Swing down, and then pressing to the side, making those fists at the end. Vertical fist, so right palm faces you, left palm's away, and that broomstick between both hands. How do we do? Was it better that time? Yeah, looks good. Okay, let's do it that direction again then, okay? And then we'll turn. So from our kick, standing up, sink, and step. Come across, step out, and look. Swinging down and pressing to the side, and then making those fists in the last moment. Oh, it looks good. Nice job. Okay, now let's test how you do to the normal direction, okay? So we did our kick. We're standing up. We sink down and we step. Coming across. Look to the new direction as you step out. Swing that left arm down. Remember, right arm presses to the side, and then we make those fists. Yes, that looks great. What a difference. Okay, let's do it again. So normal direction. Remember, we did our kick. Okay, sink down and step. Left arm comes across, and we step out as we look. Now swing that left arm down, press to the side with the right, and then make two fists at the end. Ah, looks great. Any questions? Feeling better and better, I'm sure, right? Okay, now's where we test your memory. We're going back in time to chop with fist. Okay, so we're going to start a chop with fist, and then we're going to go parry, block, and punch, right heel kick, strike tiger. Okay, so chopping out, right leg is forward, beautiful, and then push. Okay, connect out, deflect down, parry to the side, block, and punch. Step up or shift and connect. Open up that fist so you can stand up, right heel kick. Bend the knee. Stepping down. on that line. Left arm comes across for strike. Tiger step. Swing that left arm down, press to the side with the right, and make two fists. Yes. All right. It's hard when we add those other movements, right? It's like we nail it and then you add something else on and we kind of forget what we were working on, okay? So let's do it again. Same sequence, okay? Chop with fist. Excuse me. And then push. Okay, connecting out. As you shift back, deflect down. Parry. Block. And punch. Okay, shift back and make that ward off arm diagonal fist. Open up that fist, connect the right arm as you stand up. Heel kick, bend the knee. Sink and step. Left arm comes across and we look and step at the same time. Swing that left arm down, push across with that right palm, and then make two fists. Strike tiger. Yep, you got it. That was perfect. Yes. I'm so proud of you guys. These are really hard movements to learn over any sort of screen, okay? It's easier when we're moving left and right because then you can kind of peek a look. But when we change direction, this is where it's really hard, okay? So give yourself grace. Remember that this is not an easy thing to do, okay? Before we close class, we're going to do a swinging for a moment. Remember, when we have our arms up for that long, it really can start to feel a little bit of tension build up. So just bringing those feet shoulders width and just really just let go for a moment. Let the arms swing. Let your shoulders hang down a little bit more. Really just letting go of that tension through the shoulders and the upper body. And then ease off back to center. And then just shake it out. Bring those shoulders up and just toss them down a little bit, letting that energy go. All right. Great work today. Thank you so much for joining me. It was such a pleasure seeing you all. Have a great weekend. Oh, and Happy New Year. I won't see you again. Happy New Year.
Say, Jen.